Lost the coffee. You know your mic is hot.
Mike asked me how this feels.
I didn't expect you to actually tell me the honest to God truth. Let's make sure we got sound this morning. Damn sound, I gotta check it every time. Pain in the A's. Uh-oh, 30 seconds. It's relentless. It's like a juggernaut. Never stops. All right, boys and girls, good morning. That's right. It's over. The time is over. It is now time to have massive amounts of fun in the morning when you don't want to be awake. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ah, it's hot. Mm-hmm. So, we're tired. I ain't no ways tired. I'm tired. A little tired.
Whoa.
I had my explosion over the weekend, and then the week has been spiraling off in that direction of all the inspiration that I had. I was expecting a good sip this morning. I didn't get
No,
one.
I'm not feeling it.
Not feeling it? All right. Well, okay. So I have been networking with tons of people. We had a couple interviews yesterday. I'm getting behind on uploading things. Waz actually said that we're putting them up so fast that people don't have time to digest them. Mm-hmm. And I'm like going, I understand, but if I'm doing 3 a day and air 1 a day or 2 a day, then I will get a backlog.
Okay, I got a suggestion. Maybe doing them live streaming.
Yeah.
Especially if they're a second time.
Yeah. The pre-recorded, I think, interviews are going to go, definitely we're going to do those always recorded because to tell you the truth, we don't know what we're getting when we talk to people. And so far, everybody's been great, but, you never know. You're going to talk to somebody that's going to be like, kind of a dud or whatever, or it doesn't work out or the chemistry's not there. So, that's why we're putting that sort of interview process in there. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to people before I even do a show with them, really. It's just to get a chat and feel for who they are and what their screen persona is and camera presence and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make everybody understand in the group that if we're going to be doing this, you need to have a little bit of a minimum basic equipment. We need to have some uniformity across the channel. And so it's pretty neat. It's just a lot of things to consider. I've never run a television program channel before, but it seems like a cool thing that I would like to do. So we're doing it. And we get the business cards on the way. We own TruthSlinger.net, which is really exciting. And we're going to be having a website with a what do you call it? Like a subscription,
Club.
Yeah, club. So there'll be a wall, there'll be bonus extra content for all of you super fans who want to get that stuff. Because what I'm going to do is start recording everything, pretty much everything. So like when I just have chats with people offline, it's going to be recorded. Mm-hmm. And so all that bonus content will be available to the people that just cannot get enough for some reason of the TruthSlinger project, right? So that'll be cool. And we're trying to think of ways to monetize because, I wish that the world would run on wishes and fishes, but they don't, and they run on money. So you want to make sure to subscribe, like, share this with all your friends, do everything that you can do to get our traffic up. And always just remember that it's very true.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.
That's right. The TruthSlinger project does not run on unicorn farts. It runs on gasoline for the generator. So so it's pretty exciting. We're getting some donations. Things are happening. I never thought that we'd ever get to the point where we would be getting donations, but yeah, you guys are starting to help defray the cost of this project, and I'm really excited about that because it allows us to get up and do on a daily basis what we absolutely love to do. And this morning, Mama doesn't love to do it as much as usual, which is cool. Everybody has their days, right? She's having a day, and so I'll carry this whole thing because that's what I'm good at doing. I'm good at doing this whole juggling thing. I'll do all that for you. And so, no, by the way, we're not having a fight or anything like that.
I am.
Why? What are you fighting with, and who are you fighting against? Don't fight with me. That's not right. All right, let me see if I can find us here to make sure we are indeed streaming live and pin that to the top. Right?
Yeah, good morning, Colton.
There he is. Uh-oh. We're spinning a little bit. We don't want to be spinning.
Zombie Nation.
Good morning. Yeah. Okay, pin to your profile. That's good. Pin, yes. We want everybody to find us. Finding us is important. And now we'll go in and see the chat. See if there's anybody over here on the YouTube. Oh, Truth says hello from YouTube. Good morning, Truth. It's good to see you in the house. And let's go over to Rumble and see if anybody's rumbling this morning. See you in the house. Oops. We don't want to hear myself. Nope. Nobody's rumbling this morning. Or at least nobody's vocal over on Rumble, which is fine. Just fine. Just fine. Less chats I have to manage, right? Good morning, Jeff. Good morning. You still have a crotchety old demon living within. Yeah, I realized that my wife does too. Just this morning, as a matter of fact. Papa accidentally deleted a direct message, which he wasn't supposed to. And boy, have I been hearing about it all morning.
The entire history.
Ah, jeez.
Everything.
You know how we just say move on, right? Just make more content, just do more. Like there was nothing in there. It was just chat. It was just talking. We went blah 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 blah. There's nothing there, okay? I'm going to send him a note and I'm going to go, "Dude, if there's anything in there that you sent me that you should resend it now." If he's anything like Tom, I'll be like, I get a fire hose. These people are sending me stuff. I got direct message groups now. And if you're members to one of those groups, you are a privileged few that are in the middle of the magma that is what is the TruthSlinger project right now. We are flowing lava, baby. So, yeah, we're going to produce lots of things. And I'm in works and talks with many people. And it's going to take some time. I think we're going to launch, I'm not pressuring myself. I was going to launch on Monday, but I don't think there's no damn way we can launch by next Monday. So I'm thinking a week from Monday. That's the goal. I'm going to make a new goal.
Yeah, Monday's Labor Day anyway. It's kind of a weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to launch on Labor Day. So we'll do it a week from Labor Day, after Labor Day. Because I got commercials I got to make. I got to create programs to fill time slots that aren't filled by people, hosts yet. And between now and then, I'm going to have a shit ton of interviews with people, producing content, and then interviews with people recruiting prospective hosts and all that stuff. And each time I do an interview, it actually brings more people in the circle. And I talked to a couple of people yesterday. I'm excited about these folks that God is bringing us. I can't remember. Let me see. I know I can do this through the wonders of modern technology. Go over to my appointment book, go over to my calendar, and take a look at who I talked to yesterday, because things are going so fast, I don't remember who in the hell I talked to anymore, right? So, yes, I talked to James yesterday, James Dupree, and he's an Orthodox Jew, and he told us all about the Interstate Compact, the New England Interstate Compact, to pretty much do away with the electoral college votes of the states. We just go with a national popular vote, which is a really, really bad move. I don't like it at all. I don't like the idea of going to vote, and then you go and cast your vote, and then you go home, and then you find out the national vote went for the other guy.
So this is completely different from ranked choice voting?
Yeah, it's totally different. So we didn't talk about ranked choice at all. This was basically, I got an education on the Electoral College, how it works, and all that stuff. He was very educated on that, and I was not particularly educated on that. It's always been a mystery to me.
Yeah.
And as to why there's still people, right, is curious to me, because it used to be there were people because they were on horses, and they had to go to Washington to cast the votes.
Yeah.
But we don't ride a horseback anymore. We have faxes, we have emails,
right.
We have online portals. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's probably plenty of ways to get this done. I mean, look at Dominion, stole the whole election all online, right? So we can do this stuff today. We don't need electors, but I mean, it could be a numerical process, I guess is what I'm saying. But I don't like the fact that they're playing around with it and stripping me away of my franchise to vote. So you want to go check out the episode when I post it. I'm going to probably be posting it today by James Dupree. He was really, really neat guy. And like I said, he's an Orthodox Jew. And so we have all sorts of people that I'm in contact with and talk to, and all different flavors and varieties of ideologies, and my circle is way bigger than it ever has been. I used to keep a pretty tight circle, ideologically speaking, which meant I had no friends. And so I found that if you just kind of relax a little bit and, don't get all like, well, you're like for example, I got on with an Orthodox Jew. I got it over with. I said, you know what? You worship Jehovah. Jesus was a Jew. I just want you to know you're completely wrong in your religion about Jesus. So, but we're not going to talk about that today. Let's just move on.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Wartime Christianity. You're wrong about that, and let's just move on. And he was super neat. You can't offend the guy. I love people like that, right? Thick skin, just a neat guy to talk to. And he's got a real deep baritone voice, and he's just made for radio and television. So, and I'm going to use the term, all this podcasting stuff, all this shit. I like the old-timey terms. Television. It's still television, right? I'm pumping this shit out, and I'm televising it, right? It's It's going out there, and you're visioning it, right? You're seeing it, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is TV, man. That's what we used to call it in the old days, except we used to have a little thing where you go click, 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 and it would be like channels 3, 5, and 8. What, the dial only went up to like 12 or some shit like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't.
Can you remember? I don't.
56. I remember something about 56.
Well, there was UHF,
the UHF
too.
channels.
Yeah,
like
and you had the bunny ears and shit. You had to be messing with them things, so you get the clear picture. I want to bring that back. I think that's what I'm doing. Is this thing is a nostalgic throwback. And I was talking to somebody about, like, when it would be appropriate to swear or not swear, all that kind of stuff. And I think the only thing is this morning program isn't going to fit in that kind of model because they didn't swear back in the 80s on morning television.
Yeah, no.
No, they waited for the racy stuff until after the kids went to bed at 9 o'clock. But you know what? Everybody dies at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Nobody's up anymore.
No.
And I can't be up that late. I mean, eventually I want to have a late night show. I'm hoping to get to 18 hours of broadcasting. Where at the end of the night we sign off with a test pattern, the Indian test pattern,
yeah,
and maybe the what do they call that? The national anthem at the end of the night. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of want to do that, right? I want to do that, and you see my PBS, support thing. I kind of want to do that sort of programming model, maybe look at it and take a look at the kind of stuff that was there and then fill out the programming schedule so that there's a big nostalgic feel and vibe to this whole thing. But yet it's got this new appeal to it because it's interactive, because we can all chat, talk to each other, and we can, like, live act something. Like, I want to do the Saturday night theater. I want to change it to, like, to
Community
unknown
theater.
Mystery theater, right? Huh? Unknown
like community theater.
or something like that. That unknown mysteries theater. I like it, right? And of course, I love it because it's a stupid saying. Because of course, all mysteries are unknown. So we're gonna do unknown mysteries, and then maybe what we do is we, like I said, the AI generates these really great scripts, man, for radio, like all with the whole cheesy sound effects and noises and the whole 9 yards, man. Very entertaining. And then we can act this stuff out together, and it's like better than watching a movie is what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, it's neat. It's a new age of communications. I feel like it's cool because I feel like I'm on the cutting edge of it, and we're taking these new technologies and shaping them and using them in new ways. Like Spaces. I really like Spaces. Matt Baker invites me on. There's no video. Now they made a video Spaces now, which is kind of what I'm trying to do when I have 6-8 people on the panel, right? But that's not super new either. Other people have done that. But it's just like pushing the bounds of the technology and seeing what we can do with it and doing really cool stuff with it. And to the point where a guy like me with virtually no resources can really possibly conceive of pulling off 18 hours worth of programming a day, you know?
Absolutely.
I think we can do it, right? I think we can do it. Even if some of that stuff in the middle is some fluff for a while, run a movie, that you're not allowed to. There's no licensing problems or whatever. Like go play 1984.
Right.
Because people need to see 1984, the old flick, the black and white one. And it's a little, the sound isn't as good. It's a little harder to hear it. And I like the 1984 version of 1984 better. That's my favorite one. But yeah, there's going to be some stuff like that we can put in there, and it's going to be busy and it's going to be hard to do. But anything in life is worth doing is hard.
Yep.
And I sort of feel like God is sort of pouring us out here, all of us, sort of like a drink offering. I feel like people are just like, when I write them, it just confuses me because I go, hey, are you guys interested in doing this? And people like write back with like multiple exclamation points, like I'm all in, and I'm going, where is this enthusiasm coming from? So let me tell you about my other guest that I talked to last night. Oh God, what is his name now? Let me look. This is why I have a schedule, and people have to use my appointment schedule because it's tough. I will eventually. I think I talked to Kevin last night. Kevin. He is in Quebec.
Is that the Crow?
The Crow. This guy is so cool. He is very new in his Christian journey. And I almost made a rookie mistake in my head.
Oh.
Rookie Christian mistake, which was judge him too early. And I started talking to him, and I realized that I need to disciple this guy. And he's on fire. He's weird. He's great at English. And his thing was learning.
That's not his first language.
But his thing was learning English, right? Because he's a French Canadian.
Right.
And so he learned it later in life. And what happened is it literally culturally ostracized him from them. They don't want anything to do with him because he's an English speaker now.
Wow.
Because and so he's like untouchable. It's really weird. It's like a puristic thing. And so he doesn't have a lot of friends. And he's just looking to get turned on to something, and ta-da, here he comes wandering into my orbit. And he is willing to invest some money and go get a gimbal and a battery and go be our Rebel News in Canada, okay?
Yep.
And go do on the beat street reporting for us and have a show.
Yep.
Okay? Now, I got to hold his hand. I'm going to do shows with him for a little bit. He's new. He's never done this before. And so I'm going to have to, I think I want to help him with a few shows until he establishes his presence. And I really want to build him up because I think he's just a neat guy, And so I want to fill all these slots with neat people because everybody I know is really cool, mostly. I don't know anybody. I mean, everybody that's in my orbit is because they want to be there. And, man, I just got a good group of friends. It's nice. Nice to have friends again. So, good morning, Colton. So, yeah, we do. So, I'm going to be talking to, as a matter of fact, I got a message her this morning so that I can get a link and tell her to follow me so I can DM. It's the weirdest thing in X, right? I can't DM anybody unless we're following each other. It's a big mutual admiration society. And then we can talk to each other. Otherwise, I can't DM anybody. I don't know how people DM me out of the blue, man, that I don't follow. I don't get it. I don't know how they do that because I can't. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's a setting that's turned on or some shit. I have no idea. But, yeah, no, we don't need to get him put in jail. We won't get him put in jail, man. We'll try and walk that line very, very finely. So, but yeah, today we're going to be talking to Lily, I think is her name. I got to scroll back through. Colton, well, you have been the source of contention around here this morning. I deleted a DM thread we had that had Jen on it, apparently, or something. I don't know. Anyway, it was all the communications we had since we've been talking. So if there was anything that you sent me in there that I was supposed to know that that I could scroll up, like anything, resend me any of that information because I wiped our history. So sorry. I got so much. I'm just trying to clean stuff up because my schedule is blowing up. I mean, people are just, I'm talking to multiple people per day. I'm just really being dragged along. I really feel like I'm kind of dragging behind the cart and I'm hanging onto the reins of the horse pretty much because it's taken off like that. And so, yeah, Lily, I'm hoping, like I said, as soon as my phone turns on, and I will text her. I texted her, talked to her last night. She said, let's talk this morning. I said, cool beans. And she's got 12 in her head, so I'm pretty sure we're good with this. And I will send her a thing and say, follow me so I can send you the link. And
Do we know what time zone she's in?
I don't know. Do you know what time zone she's in, Colton? Yeah. I'm looking forward to talking to her. And then let me see who else I have on this schedule today. Well, right before that, I can't forget. I'm going to be on TNT Radio. That's TNT Radio, TNTRadio.com. And you can see me live there at 11:20 Eastern Standard Time today on the Johnny Vedmore Show. And if you just go to tntradio.live, I think it is. Here, let me look it up. I'll give you the website, web link. Just to make sure.
We have to pick groceries up.
I got to pick up groceries today. Groceries.
Groceries.
Yeah, it's tntradio.live, guys. And if you go TNT Radio Live, that'll pop up and whatever is streaming live at the moment. So if you tune in there, and if not, I'll post it later. You can see it. But I'm going to be on with Johnny Vedmore. I have no idea what the hell we're going to be talking about. I never do, but usually they've pigeonholed me over there as like the Christian killer, Christian guy.
Did you show that?
Did I show it?
Yeah, like when you. Never mind.
No, it's not coming up live. I don't understand why they're live feed. Oh, there it is. Yeah, like right now. Let me. I could show you. Might as well. Let me see. I gotta go to mornings.
Cool website.
Yeah, they do. I like it. It's pretty neat. All right, so here you go.
It's very red and black and white.
Let me see here. Yeah, I'm too wide. All right, let's just publish that. Yeah, so there it is right there. If you go to TNT Radio, they got a pretty nice news outlet, and they stream 24/7, right? And they're live all the time. They got a nice operation.
They're all across the world, right?
Yeah, international. They big international audience. We got people watching in England and Australia. So it's pretty cool. And they invite me on. I was on like with 3 or 4 hosts, and then I don't know, man. I just don't know if they didn't vibe with the whole thing or whether, the Christian thing, or I don't know. I'm a little pigeonholed with Johnny. It's like I really want to talk about politics. Like last time he had me on, I almost flipped the tables completely on him and say, so what's going on over there with all the immigrants and the people beating each other up with sticks and shit? So what's going on over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, I should have. I should have. Because they pull that stuff with me all the time, right? They pull that kind of crap with me. So, but he's a nice guy. I love him, and he's cool. But I'm so wrapped up anymore. I mean, as soon as I get this network going, I just don't know how much longer I'm going to be available because he's got like 11 to 1 time slot, Johnny does. And so that's going to be right in the middle of the broadcasting day. And so he's got, limited dibs on me. At least for the moment he does, right? So let me call up the Twitters there. Did you make anything for us for our viewing pleasure this morning?
I did.
Did you? Well, we'll see about that, right? Let's change over to the other winner. Yeah, we don't want that though. We don't want to publish that. Go to the bookmarks. Get out of messages. Go to my profile. All right. So things are growing we're getting close to 25,000 followers, which I don't know. Yay, that's good, right? I don't know. Numbers are numbers. You know, I watch the numbers. I'm excited about the numbers, but I'm more excited about the relationships and people.
Yep.
And when people roll in here, man, and I mean, last night I had a man break down weeping in tears and broke out in prayer for me. That's never happened to me before. That's never happened to me before, right? That was amazing, right? And that was just a number of one. Okay, just one. All right, so let me shrink my window a little here. It's way, way too big. That's what she said. Just had to go there. And where's my rim shot? All right. So let me see. Let's go to the book of marks, the marks of books. Let's get that in the middle. That would be better. All right. There we go. This is my page on X, and this is where you can find all my stuff. And I just redid my link tree. It's very cool. You see that? I got all my fancy logos in there and stuff. Rumble and X. I used to have the Twitter bird in there. Nope. We're moving on, man.
X.
We are X, man. That's right. And I'm on Substack, and I got an email, and I'm going to have the website up there soon. And probably stuff like resources for podcasters, suggested equipment, who knows, whatever. I don't know. It'll expand. What's cool about this, if you don't have a link tree, it's pretty cool because then you can give people your link tree and you get that cool QR code. And we got that QR code that I put on a business card. And they just take a picture of that little sucker and bingo bongo. There they are, right up on my link tree. So that's very cool. So, yep, and then there's the tip button if you want to do any of that kind of stuff. So let's go to the bookmarks.
Yep.
There they are.
Yep.
All right. So what are we looking at today?
Housing prices way up. And
Wow.
it is worse in Maine. Florida is insane.
So what's weird is that I think at some point it's going to collapse too. Because
Yeah,
this
'cause
is
people
actually, I mean, this is good for me, right? As long as you don't move, right? Or you do move and you make the money, but then you have to replace your home someplace else at a higher price too.
Right.
We were looking at the homes in Florida, and we were looking at some of these manufactured homes, like trailers, not single wide or nothing like that, but
Yeah.
more like double wides, and they're fancier and stuff. And they some of them were $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $80,000. Now everything's up in the hundreds, man. Up
Yeah.
over the hundreds.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
All within a month.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but yeah, the housing market is unstable, right? All right, so what's going on here with Boeing? What the hell is going on now?
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
What the hell?
And unfortunately, I don't have any more information.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah.
So did it it's just struggling to take off with the shit? That's a 747. That plane though, God, has to be.
Sounds awful. I mean, I don't know how it's supposed to sound.
It sounds like a whale taking off. The hell? Well, at least the wings didn't fall off, right?
Right.
So this is a curiosity. This guy.
Oh my God. I'll never forget when he said he was testifying on Capitol Hill, and he just came right out and said that he's given $400 million to the Democrats. And I was like, did anyone hear that? Did anyone else hear that?
Oh, it's
Crazy.
It's absolutely insane. And And now, what does it say? He regrets it.
Yep, he sure does.
He regrets it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Better give $400 million to Trump.
So what is he, growing a pair now? I mean, and he's doing the MMA thing, right? And now all of a sudden
he
he's
stopped
like...
eating soy.
So is he like... So are we saying that he's based? I wouldn't go that far.
He's getting there. He's I don't know. We'll see. But I think so.
There's some people that believe that this grip is going to soften. And I think it is. I mean, if you look at... We were talking about yesterday... who's the guy who's taking on all the DEI and all the companies? Starbuck. Mm-hmm. Robbie Starbuck. Yeah, it's just like the whole thing is starting to show cracks. I think the DEI, the woke, the censorship, this whole thing, right, is crumbling for the house of cards that it's been. And I think people are just starting to go, man, I don't know if I want my name associated with these scumbag lying sacks of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because that's what these people are. I've never seen people lie like to go take your idea and go, that's my idea.
I know.
What the hell is that all about? Right?
The insulin thing.
Well, the insulin thing, and not only that, but the whole tax on tips. Thing. Yeah. Just like it's just like no, none of us have memories.
And
like
the border
go
wall,
beyond 30 days.
Sudden.
We think we're just our brains are like the cloud. When you run out of storage space, it just dumps out the back. Like we don't remember shit more than 30 days ago. That's why they treat us. It's insulting. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, a little late. Nick Sorter says it's a little late to go being sorry about that. Yeah, because we had 3.5 years of the bottom up, middle out butt plug called Bidenomics. Oh my God. Yeah. So, no, we need to keep the heat up, and I mean, there needs to be, here's the problem. One of the things that we talked about is consequences. There's no consequences anymore.
No, there isn't.
And I got an education on the Watts riots while talking to James yesterday. And he said, what they did was they gave the orders to stand down. Same shit. It was the idea of let it burn itself out.
Wow.
Okay. Don't get involved, whatever. Then what happened is, toward the end of the Watts riots, the engagement orders were changed, the rules of engagement, and they told them that if you are attacked, then you can fire. You can defend yourselves. And so there was apparently a car full of 4 black youths. I don't know if they were youths, but I assume they were, rioting, jumped in a car, and drove right toward a checkpoint, full blast. So they opened fire, killed them all.
You mean like if they hadn't done that, they would have ran into the... Correct.
They were trying to barrel into the human checkpoint, the National Guard.
Yeah.
So they killed them all, shot them dead because they were using deadly force against them.
Right.
The Watts riots ended. They just ended. They just ended because 4 people died. They said, that's enough of this shit. 4 people. Now, it's not a great idea. Like, I don't like the idea of the military opening fire on the civilian population, but
it's a deterrent thing.
Right. There's no deterrent.
Punishment.
There's no deterreds anymore. We need more of deterreds because people aren't deterred to do things, right? Especially when you get out, these Soros prosecutors let people out over and over and over again.
Right.
People are on the 17th charge, and then the next thing we know, oh my God, they murdered someone. Who could have seen that coming?
Right.
Well, maybe then there's 16 times he was in jail.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, baby.
My goodness. So, and it has been their tactics, the same tactics they're using now as they did back then, the Democrats. But boy, the damage it has caused where we're at right now, it's crazy. What the hell is that?
It's in New Orleans.
No, get the fuck out of here. No, it's not.
I didn't have time to dig into where
no,
what sort of situation.
No, I don't accept that.
You remember there was
Why
something...
isn't that torn down?
Now listen, when we lived in Hole in the Wall, Tennessee, there was that statue of the guy, and it looked like he was holding his...
Yes, it did,
dick.
but he was holding a trowel, and it was in front of the cement company, and it looked like from a certain angle like he was holding his dick. This actually has a dick.
Yeah.
Somebody should take a yellow strap and attach it to that dick and the other end to the back of a 4x4 pickup truck and drive the fuck away. What the hell is this shit?
Yeah. It's evil, 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 evil. Believe your lying eyes.
I mean, I don't even know how someone can justify this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's art.
This was yesterday.
Yeah, I make art too, all the time.
Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
Not believe.
The only person in America who could possibly answer yes to that question is probably Kamala Harris herself. She went from getting no votes for president and having to drop out to getting no votes for president and becoming the Democrat nominee, all without lifting a finger. No wonder Kamala's joyful. Now, never mind the fact that Americans can't afford groceries. Kamala got her promotion. Never mind that our fellow citizens can't afford their rent because Kamala, she's having fun. And never mind that Kamala Harris is on the cusp of running us into World War III. Kamala will laugh all the way to the bank while her donors get rich, and we know it's not going to be her family sacrificing to pick up the mess.
Well, good morning, Joe. Morning from Libbytown.
Libby.
So, yeah, man, she's still not done an interview.
No, she's
Apparently,
gonna,
she's in negotiations for an interview with
like on Thursday, I think.
CNN or CNN. Yeah, CNN.
Yeah,
She's got
I
an
think
interview,
Dana Bash.
one interview scheduled,
But she has to have Tim Waltz with her.
and she's going to have. She wants notes at the debate. She wants to sit
that's
down
not
at the
happening.
debate.
That's not happening.
Well, then the debate's probably not going to happen. And they're just going to say he won't agree to it.
She agreed to it under those other circumstances, and now she can't. She's trying to change it.
Right, because she can't talk. Yeah, I tell you, man, this crazy shit. All right. Oh, is this polyamorous?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know if you're familiar with polyamorous relationships.
Well, it's basically bigamy, whatever. No.
Well, yeah, they don't involve marriage really.
Polygamy.
So they're
Yeah,
just
right.
polyamorous, meaning, you just have many people in the relationship, And we knew people like this from way back when, before we became Bible thumping Christians, and yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. This doesn't go the way you think.
Because you want attention.
Spiritual journey.
Get down.
No, I don't give a fuck. It's a spiritual journey, but they get less attention. But they don't give me more problems. They're the ones supposed to be acting up. They're rubbing my feet right now. Bitch, what are you doing?
No.
No, what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck about no iPad. I'm asking you a question. Why are you the one with the attitude when you get all the dick?
I don't have an attitude.
Do you get all the dick?
Bluetooth connection.
I do. I do.
What you mean you think you do?
I said I do.
What you mean you think you do?
No, I didn't say I think I do. I said I do.
So what was the other guessing? You remember your breath, you said, I think I do.
At first I said I don't think I do, but then I said I do.
You don't think you do? Who gets more dick than you?
Oh my God.
I do.
You get more dick than you do.
Wait, what?
How much dick do you get out of all the girls
Why
here?
does she have
do you
a
get
beaver
an
tail on her
exceptional
head?
amount of extra dick? Do you get extra treatment?
All right,
let's
let's
be
move
done.
on. My goodness,
Yeah, wow.
I'm like
Yes,
less
well,
intelligent for having watched that. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. God, goodness.
If you're refusing to do that, it's not going to be necessary to ask you those questions. No, it's not going to. We will have to arrest you in all the classes. Yeah, well, arrest me. What crime? What crime? What is my crime? Tell me my crime.
127, communication. Which says what?
Which says what?
Where you post something that causes gross offence or of a menacing character, which causes a person anxiety.
Is that what it says?
Yes, it does.
How?
A menacing character posting menacing. I'm a menacing
He
character.
posted, I think, a flag on a Facebook.
Okay.
How is a flag?
Well, that's menacing.
How is a flag grossly offensive? What hold is it? We're not discussing that with you. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it with my 30,000 followers right now. Brady, no, it's not. I'm not. No, it's not. He's not under arrest. He's not under arrest. You're not arresting him. You were not arresting him at all. Yeah, I am. Absolutely. You're live on Facebook. If you arrest him, you're arresting me. You're arresting all. You're arresting the leader of the political party, and you're arresting the leader of the bad law company.
Well, man, they're going to jail.
Yeah.
They're going to jail in Britain for posting on Facebook, guys.
God, can you believe that?
I mean, we are living in a dystopian world. We are living under authoritarianism, and it's not an America problem.
Yeah.
It's a world problem. And a lot of it started here. We exported a lot of this shit, but it's been advanced everywhere. And it's all part of the New World Order bullshit, right? Yeah, it's terrible.
By the way,
on that day,
Nancy Pelosi. I don't have. Why would I tell you that? Listen, Nancy Pelosi was in charge of security. She turned down 10,000 soldiers. If she didn't turn down the soldiers, you wouldn't have had January 6th.
Did you call military or law enforcement?
What?
Did you call military or law enforcement at the moment the Capitol was under attack?
I'm not going to tell you anything. Let me put it this way. I behaved so well. I did such a good job. Nancy Pelosi turned down 10,000 soldiers. If she didn't do that,
but
and now
Nancy
I understand.
Pelosi doesn't have the authority that
the
you
police
have as
testified
commander-in-chief, though.
Listen to me, Kristen. Listen to me. I understand that the police testified against her, the chief very strongly against her. Capitol Police, great people. They testified against her, and they burned all the evidence. Okay, they burned all the evidence. They destroyed all the evidence about Nancy Pelosi.
What do you say to people who wonder why you as commander-in-chief, you have authorities that Nancy Pelosi doesn't have? As
No, she has authority over the
Why didn't
Capitol.
you send help in that moment, though?
This is tied to the next video. This is brand new video that's been released that shows Nancy Pelosi taking responsibility for everything that happened. Pretty much.
In addition to the other video when she was in the car taking responsibility, we should have done it. We should have known something was going to happen. And this is probably done by her daughter because they were making a fucking documentary on the day January 6th happened.
Imagine that.
Just conveniently making, some B-roll here.
Yep.
And now it finally comes out. Maybe you shouldn't have made that documentary, Nancy.
Turn it up.
Allegations of the President of the United States. How many times did the members ask, are we prepared? Are we prepared? We're not. Prepared for the worst. We're calling the National Guard down. Should have been here to they stop the proceedings.
We've totally failed.
We've got to take some responsibility for not holding this authority accountable for what could have happened.
Yeah, right there, she said we have to take some responsibility.
Yep. If you look above a little bit, you'll see there's some quotes, if you couldn't hear it.
We're calling the National Guard now. They should have been here to start out. We have totally failed. We need to take some responsibility for not moving to secure. Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That is right. And that is the truth.
And will the media ever ask her about that?
Yep. Yeah, man. It's all. Yeah, they open the doors. They let people in. And then there was some smashing, and we're not quite sure exactly who the smashing was. I think, wasn't it Joe Biggs got caught smashing a window or something? I think there's film of him, but there were operatives, and the whole thing was, staged, and we all did the Hollywood thing, man. We all went there, right, and did the freedom, hoping that by just our sheer presence, and people would go, that these slime bags would go, oh my, we have some unhappy people, and we should respond. Because that's what we do in this country. We respond to peaceful protests.
It's a miracle there were no guns. There were no weapons.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it really was.
Oh, with a million people?
We took bear spray, right?
We had bear spray, yep. And I had a
because we were worried about Antifa.
A nightstick. Yeah, because we were worried about Antifa.
The Capitol Police.
Yep.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, let's move on. What do we have here? Kamala Harris is considering Lisa Monaco or Sally Yates for U.S. Attorney General.
Sally Yates, you remember her?
I do. Wasn't she the one that refused to do what Donald Trump said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, she's a bitch. Now, this was a fantastic interview, and I suggest
this is another part.
If you haven't seen this entire interview, you should. So it's just a clip of it.
Your joint appearance on Friday, President Trump introduced you by saying that he plans to, if elected, establish a commission to declassify the remaining documents around your uncle's murder in 1963.
Yeah.
And I think everyone at this point knows the truth, which is the CIA is implicated in that. Those documents protect CIA, maybe among others.
Well, whether they do or not, I mean, it's odd that they've not allowed them to be released. Cause
what could possibly be the explanation?
More than 60 years after my uncle's death, almost 65 years. 62 years after his death. And none of the people who were implicated in that crime are alive now.
Yes.
And the last ones have died off in the last year or two. And so it clearly is to protect the institution.
Yes.
And that's wrong. It's just wrong. And it's wrong for a Democrat and it's wrong for Republicans.
It's just interesting, though, that a bipartisan list of presidents, these 6 decades, have kept those files classified.
Well, you and I have both. I was astonished that Trump didn't declassify them because he promised to during the campaign.
That was Mike Pompeo who did that.
Yeah, and that I talked to President Trump for the first time about that this week. And
what did he say?
He said that Mike Pompeo begged him to, and I don't think I'm telling tales out of school here.
No,
I think he told the same thing to you.
That's true.
But he said Mike Pompeo called him and said this would be a catastrophe to release these. You need to not do it. And then,
I want to say again, I think Mike Pompeo is a criminal. So that's my view. He's threatened to sue me for saying that, but I hope he will because that's true. But that kind of tells the whole story right there, right? That the CIA is.
Well, yeah. So that's the
why would the CIA be trying to keep these files classified if they had nothing to do with the murder?
Exactly. There's the question, right? There is the question. All right, so what is this?
Hutchins.
If someone were to violate the law and not certify the election at the local level, we will come for you. So any local certifier thinking of skirting the law and not certifying the vote, don't even think about it because we'll get. If someone.
Oh, wow.
We will come for you.
We will come for you. Yeah, great. Yep. I tell you, man, I have never.
I'm sorry, I repeated.
It's okay. We are living under communist rule. It is. This is what communism looks like, guys. It is. All right, so what do we have here? What?
Yeah. Our bookkeeping is so bad.
What? $239 million? How about accidentally making that mistake in my favor?
Yeah, I know.
How about that show up in my bank account? Like, just how about $1 million of it? Or 239 of us spread it out, like, around, right?
Right.
That's crazy tunes, man. So I'm trying to text Libby to have her follow me.
Lily.
Oops. So that we can get this show straightened out. Let me see what she has to say here. What does she have to say? That'll buy me 39 seconds.
Oh my God.
I got to type here.
We had a Trump Force 47 captain conference call last night, and it covers some interesting things. One of those being that RFK Jr. is not the first endorsement that is going to be huge coming from the Trump campaign.
Wow.
We just saw Tulsi. She just endorsed him, and that was huge. But I want to tell y'all that there is more coming. There are some huge endorsements coming along the way. And if this does not get you excited and encouraged, I don't know what will. As a confirmation from Winston. We had a Trump Force 47 captain conference call last night.
Very
and
cool.
It covers some interesting.
Nice. What? What? The party is over. Jesus.
Udari se, to vidiš da je budala čovjek.
Hey, fucker.
Sad ću ja...
Dobro.
Pa da je malo što?
Što će nam to pred mojom kućom?
Pa nije tvoj put.
Na putu smo jebo. Na putu ste pred mojom avlijom razivate mi djecu, moju porodicu, snaha, sinovi su mene gore. Sve mene pobožno ukući. Vidi ti govno.
Gdje ti hođa pivo ako hoćeš jedno?
Stijte bilo. Stijte bilo, čafir, jedan. Čafira, šta je ovo? Šta je ovo? Šta je ovo?
All right, enough of that. Sorry about that. Okay. I got it sent. I can't. I'm neurotic. If I don't get this stuff taken care of, hell, the email's wrong. Whatever. So we can get this taken care of, and we get this booking. When I get things that are unresolved, that are out there, I got this like OCD thing, and then my stress level rises because it hasn't been taken care of. So it's mild OCD, right? But it's a good thing. It makes me who I am. All right, so NPR story blasting President Trump's visit to what? Arlington National Cemetery. Well, of course they would. What did they say? We're deeply grateful to the president for taking the time to honor our children, standing alongside our grief. What is this saying?
That's the family.
Oh, that's what the family says.
Yep. They're defending him.
Okay. Oh my God. What is it says? So all these people are saying thank you to Donald Trump.
Yep.
Because NPR was asshole.
Yep. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. Unbelievable. President Trump saying he wasn't allowed to take photographs at Arlington National Cemetery. You know, oh God, my neck just cracked. I'm so fucking tired of arbitrary rules that people throw around to shut people down.
It's a woman.
You can't do that. You can't fucking do that. There's a rule against that. Yeah, it's the goddamn Karen thing.
Yeah.
Constantly running around with a ruler measuring your neighbor's fucking grass.
Yeah, it's the ex-wife.
It's bullshit, man. It's like shut up with the rules already. You know, shut up with your stupid Christian rules, your traditional Christian rules that make no sense, that don't lift up Jesus and don't do any good. And all of this stuff. I'm so tired. It's like, well, there's a rule against that. Kiss my ass. It ain't my rule. It's your rule. You know, I'm done with you. So, yeah. Now, we just saw some dumb bitch that says, anybody thinking about not certifying the results, we're gonna come after you. We're gonna throw your shit in jail, right?
Merrick Garland.
Right. And now, look, Jamie Raskin says, look, we're not going to certify the election when Trump wins. And we're not going to do it.
Yeah, but they
because
have
he's
to
just
be
an
in-
insurrectionist.
They have to be in control, or get some people on our side.
Says, and then we're going to send our operators out in the streets disguised in MAGA gear and riot, so then we can just arrest everyone we please.
Yeah, I know.
That's exact. That's exact. This is why we can't do another January 6th. People do not do it, no matter what the hell happens on the next day. Okay, figure something.
But what are we gonna do?
Figure
to steal the
something else
election?
out. Okay. All right. Here, let me give you a clue. Let me give you a clue. I'm going to tell you a story, and then you can take whatever you want from this story. Okay. There was a bunch of people called the Proud Boys, and they were a drinking club in New York. Okay, pretty much. And they hung out with Gavin McInnes. And one night they went to a place, and Antifa knew they were going to be there. And Antifa trolls them all the time, right? And we've seen them brawl with Antifa out in Portland and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so in Libby, New York, right, Antifa attacked the Proud Boys.
Yep.
The Proud Boys whipped major ass.
Yep.
Okay, which they're good at doing. But then what happened was all the Proud Boys waited for the police. And all the Antifa didn't. They ran away. And guess what happened? The people that were defending themselves, that were the ones that got attacked, that stayed to talk to the police, the good guys, went to jail. Okay?
And there were no victims. There were no recorded victims.
Now, let's talk about January 6th for a minute. Whole bunch of people went. And then, like, when that happens, lots of people can wear costumes, just like this meme here says, and make you look bad. And then all of a sudden, we're going to jail again, right? So, I guess the question is, if you go someplace and you're someplace predictable and people know that you're there and you can be identified and we're doing it by the rules, then we're probably going to get fucked because we're not the ones that are in control of the rules.
Right.
Okay? So what am I implying here? I'm implying that maybe we should be smarter. Maybe we should be more like flow like water. Maybe we should be more like, what was that movie? The one with the mask, V.
Vendetta.
V for Vendetta. We need to be like, okay, like they don't know where we are, so that they can't arrest us. We need to be more clandestine.
Like if she wins, we gotta like not pay taxes, but we gotta all not pay taxes.
Right.
I mean, we gotta come up with some other things to do.
But should you choose to do something less peaceful without hurting anybody? Should you choose to do something kinetic? I'm not suggesting that you do, but don't do it with so that people can find you. Okay? Yeah, don't, because that's the mistake. This whole idea that we're going to assemble. Look, they crushed the truckers.
Yeah.
Remember the trucker thing? That was so cool, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because they all had their money taken away.
Yeah.
Okay? You see what I'm saying? And it's hard for me because I'm out here, I'm a public target, right? But yes, Northern Dissenter, you're absolutely right. We need to do unconventional warfare. We need to think smarter and better. And that's what I'm challenging people to do. We can't make the same mistakes again, no matter what happens. And I'll tell you something else. If this election doesn't go the way we want it to, and the other side gets in power, I know that my brain wants to go, that can't happen. That will be the end of the world. Well, maybe not. Okay? Maybe it needs to get pushed just a little bit damn further, this woke crazy shit, so that it will cause the breakage that needs to occur, so that the reformation can happen. Because our country is desperately in need of reformation. And I haven't used that word yet up to this point, but I think I'm going to start. This country needs reformation, right? It's not right. It needs to be reformed. Some way we need to break it back down to close to more what it was intended to be by the founding fathers, because we are way, way off the rails, man.
Right.
We are way off the rails. So anyway, the question that I have is, guys, do you think that streak in her hair is hot or not? That is that's the question of the day. I think it's kind of hot. That's my vote. But let me know, 1, if you think it's hot, 2, if it's not.
So grateful to be here today with you, Mr. President. We may not agree on everything, but we agree on a lot. And most importantly, we agree on the threat that Kamala Harris as president poses with her policies and how she will continue to take away our freedom.
I really appreciate your endorsement. Thank you very much. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to make America great again.
So grateful to be here today with you, Mr. President.
Yep.
We may not agree.
I really like her. I really like. There are some Democrats, and we're finally seeing them. There aren't that many, right? But they are. They're just standing up, and I don't. It's not the D I hate. It's the demons in the Democratic Party that the far left. Somebody, who was it that we were talking to yesterday, or we were listening to, or something, predicted a split, that the Democrat Party is going to split after this. And I believe that they've committed themselves so far to the hard left that, I think that there's going to be a whole bunch, the centrist part of the Democrats, maybe a new wave of blue doggery or some shit like that. I mean, I think.
Well, for right now, they're coming over to the Republican side, which is good.
Yep. All right. So let's keep going. What does Jack Poso say? Democrats are going to force RFK to stay on the ballot. Republicans should fight to force that they keep Biden on the ballot. Right? Chess, not checkers. Very, very well said. Right? Very true. We're getting better, right? We're getting better, I think, at fighting this warfare. I'm personally impressed very much with the Trump campaign. I think it's firing on all cylinders. I was a little worried about 2 weeks ago. That time when he was hanging out. He was just hanging out over at Mar-a-Lago.
Right.
And I was like, okay, you got to get going, man. We're coasting here. It's no good, But it's a very short period of time, but yet it's a long time between now and the election. A lot of stuff can happen. So they've got all this stuff measured, meted, and they're bringing it out on a schedule, right? And so that's really, really good. So yeah, I'm happy about it. I think it's going well. So yeah, if you haven't seen, these are our really cool business cards. And we did these. They're really easy to do. I suggest if you ever want to make a business card, Canva.com is a really cool place, but don't buy them there at Canva.com. The editor is really good. It was easy. You can upload your own graphics, and then
templates.
And there's templates and stuff like that. And I used a template, and you can modify it any way you want. It's really easy. And so, but they were expensive. They were like $14.
They were $50 for 100.
Yeah, something like that. Huh? It was
$50 for 100.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like, but then I downloaded it, and then I ran over to Vistaprint.
Yep.
And
we paid $50, but we got 500.
500.
Right.
Yeah. So we're going to be throwing these things all over the place.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to leave them at the convenience store.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave them. I'm going to put them up on boards everywhere.
Yeah.
Just leave them laying around everywhere, man.
Uh-huh.
And this is really cool because, it's cool because of the Linktree thing. I really like the Linktree.
Oh, the QR code.
Yeah, and this is one of the favorite. I've made a lot of business cards, a number of business cards for us over the years, but this is one of my favorites. This is really, really good here. I like it. I like the color, the black, red. I like the splash of green. I changed this right here. The Linktree isn't really here. I just put tune in because this is how you can, tune in to us, all the different ways. So, can't wait. Those are going to be here in a few days. So that's exciting. It's a commitment, man, when you get business cards and then you get a web address. And so we're going to have Ruckus is going to be helping us with the website.
Yep.
And we're going to be advertising his stuff. So if you need a website, Ruckus will do that for you.
Yep.
We went over to WordPad. It was easy to sign up. It was less expensive. WordPress. And it was less expensive than Wix. Don't go to Wix if you're going to do a website. That's our little tip for the day, web tip for the day that we learned. And so he's going to be and I'm glad that we contracted it out to somebody because once I got in there and it started going, the navigation and which is your homepage and how do you take this clunky thing and really make it more customized to you? It's not as easy as they show you, right? When they advertise their thing. Oh, boo, you'll be up in a minute. You'll have your website. You can sell shit and do all. It ain't that easy. It's just not. And so I got into it, and I've been really excited about getting pretty much. I've broken barriers with myself. I've been intimidated for so long. And, you feel like we both, kind of gotten old and rusty and, knocking the rust off the gears and getting that machine going again, especially at 60, years old or whatever. It's harder. But I just started breaking through and I just started learning all sorts of new things. It's like, oh, what's this piece of software do? How does this work? Does this work the same as this? And man, I just started we just signed up for Spotify.
Right.
And it was intimidating at first because it's like, okay, do you have an existing show? Do you want to do a new show or new? It's like, I don't know. And you just have to barrel through it. And I've done most of that stuff. And so I feel pretty good. I feel pretty elastic. But as soon as I got into the website thing, we built a few websites before, right?
Yeah,
remember years ago
with HTML
with
code.
the front page and HTML code and stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to do it. And I'm just not interested in doing it. And it's just a lot of work. So it's parked. If you go to TruthSlinger.net, I think it just says coming soon or some shit like that. Maybe I'll put up the TNN logo up there if I can this morning or something later. But I've got so many people to talk to. I've got to render videos from yesterday and post-produce those and post them. And, people were suggesting that that I post so much content that with these interviews and stuff that people don't have a chance to digest them. And I don't know how to deal with that problem because when you're talking to so many people that want to come to you and all of it's quality content, it's like I got to put it all up there. And if I don't, if you're interviewing 2-3 people a day at that pace, well, you just got to put them up at that pace. I don't know really how to solve the problem. I can't compress time. And, people catch the episodes they're really interested in, I guess.
I think what we do is we pull snippets, and then if you click on the snippet, you can go to our website to view the full video behind a paywall.
Yeah, and then that's where it's going to be. We're probably going to need to buy an AI short maker, that cups videos and stuff, so because it's just a sheer amount of work.
It is.
It's so much. But anyway, if you have any talents or skills, if you're watching, if you're new, the Truth Slinger Project is indeed a project. It is not me. It is not Jen. It isn't just the people that are in the chat. It's everybody that wants to get involved. And so any skills that you might have that you can lend in, and I'm talking any skills, right? If you want to get involved at any level, right? The whole thing is to get involved, and it's a community project, and I want people to feel more involved. Because I'm telling you, people are coming to me, Jen. Yesterday, I talked to a guy last night, and I didn't get that on the Crow, man. I didn't get it on. We just talked, right?
He's a neat guy.
Oh my God, man! There was weeping and stuff, and I mean, it's.
No, the Crow.
It's very humbling. Both of them. I mean, it's just it's like these people. They're awakening. And they're going. I just know I need to get involved in something. And I was literally on the couch depressed. Well, the other guy I talked to too.
Wow.
On the couch said he was and he's Christian, man. He's Christian. He's going to go put on sackcloth and ashes. We're going to go onto the street corner, hopefully. And I hope God will allow us to do this and preach, street preach, open air.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe him and me and the Portland preacher, we get together. We'll live stream the whole thing, man. And we'll do it first, man. We'll start repenting in sackcloth and ashes, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm talking to these people, and God is bringing them to me, and they're telling me they break down and they weep and they say, I was sitting here 2 weeks ago, and I was on or a week ago on the couch, and I was getting eaten up in the stress and my guts and I didn't know how to stop, right? And then I started watching you, and I started listening to you. And now it's I'm just I can feel God's hand. I need to get involved in this. And I'm just going, whew. Man, that's heavy. It's heavy, but I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it because I'm making a difference in people's lives. You remember I started the Broken Warrior Brotherhood.
Right.
Right? And God only uses broken vessels. Yeah. So So definitely. Yeah, you know what? You said Northern Dissenter said reruns on the network. And he's absolutely right. What we need to do is we need to take these shows that are 45 minutes.
Oh.
I need to put them together with commercials, and I need to fill the slots on the network until I get them filled with hosts. Previous episodes of True Slinger, and they'll be rebroadcast live.
Man.
See, this is why it's a project.
That's a great idea.
You know, I read what you said, dude, Ian, and I read it and I went, okay, what does that mean? And then it didn't sink in on me. And then I read it again and I went, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Reruns.
Reruns that people can catch it at any time, man. I got gold. I got so much content. Holy crap. What a great idea.
Yeah.
What a great
solve
idea.
That problem.
Ta-da. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I got to just crank out even more content. But so anyway, back to my thing, right? Get involved, right? Because when more people get involved, it's more fun, right? All right. Well, cool. Grew up in broadcasting. Excellent. I'm a newbie, right? I just happen to be a mic whore. I just got around a microphone anytime I could my whole life somehow. Actually, a lot of it was I was thrust in front of it. I mean, when I first got put in front of a camera and stuff when I was a youngin', I was scared to death.
Yeah.
First time I ever public speaking and stuff.
Oh,
it's that way for all of us, right? And what happens is you just continue to desensitize yourself to it. And now it's like I just, I still get a little stressed when I go on live with other people. It's really weird. It's like I'm not nervous right now. I'm live because I'm with all my peeps. But all of my peeps are the people that are here sort of defer to me a little bit, right? Meaning that I'm kind of like at the top of this food chain here. And I go out on other television, I'm not. I'm just like, I don't know what we're talking about necessarily. And like when I'm with Johnny and then Johnny and his chat, they're just always asking me these questions about, all the different Abrahamic religions and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, I keep having to defend the same things, but yeah, it's more stressful because it's more adversarial. And so they all have their different, mother was a manager. Very, very cool. My WTOS, no, that's cool. I want to get involved in local radio too, right? And I wrote it down on one of these Post-it notes. I got to make better notes. Things are happening so fast, and the information is coming so quickly that it's really difficult to manage it. And I asked for it. I smoked a big old fat sativa on Sunday morning. Next thing you know, we got a news network, man, and I'm writing people, and like she wakes up and she's like, "What did you do?"
Oh my God.
Hi, honey. How was your nap? I created a news network. But what's really cool is we got all these resources here.
Yeah.
That are able to, and we're working on a spreadsheet. We're going to establish a public sheet as well, a couple of public resources on the Google Drive or in the workspace that I'm going to make access to people that are going to get involved in the network. So that, and I think predominantly, like, for example, the programming schedule. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, whether I want to do that in Google Calendar and have people fill out the appointment slots. I think that might be the way the best way to manage it. And then, I don't know, like maybe an idea board. I gotta look up workspaces and how to use a workspace and maybe find. Remember
we used one before.
Yeah, I got invited to one where these guys that do the YouTube channel automation.
Right, because they have different
people. One guy will do the voiceover.
Right.
The next guy does the video. Right. The next guy does the script.
There's a collaboration board.
Yeah. So there's a collaboration board. Right. So I think I need to look into something like that because we're in the modern world. I think we need to use modern tools and to be the most efficient because we're trying to do big things with very little. Right. But that's not. I just don't even feel the least impeded by that.
Yeah, but not very little. I mean, we've got good people.
Well, we got 22. That's what I'm saying.
We got good information.
That's why I'm not impeded by that.
Right.
There's 22 people right now in the TNN broadcast direct message group, and it's just designed. And if you haven't joined it, or if you're not a part of it, and when you come into our orbit, if you're going to be part of the network in any way, we'll put you in a part of that. But it is not, no memes. I don't want any memes in that group. No memeing.
Yeah, right.
I mean, laughing, at each other's stuff is one thing, and having a conversation. But what I want to do is, it's so easy to get a lot of chatter in a direct message group.
Yep.
Try, and I'm even bad about it, right? I tend to go and write, sometimes, and then write a note and hit enter, write a note and hit enter, write a note. Try and write in blocks. Try and keep it to business. Try and keep it to the kind of stuff, because it's mostly intended for communication outward, to let people know what's going on with the network. But of course, it's a great tool back and forth. So yeah, any ideas for any ways to collaborate? Again, we're just open, and that's the cool part. Like I said, it is a project, and everybody's working on it, and it's great because essentially we got a bunch of people that are all throwing in their talents, and it doesn't cost a lot. It just costs time and the time to run the the energy to run the generator and stuff. But that'll come. That's not as much as It's not a huge impediment. It's not a huge hurdle. So yeah, we're firing on full cylinders, and I'm trying to get some resources in here from some. And if anybody knows any theater people out there in school. Any guys that are in communications out there, and the rough part is many schools, the communication departments are libster, right? Because they're getting into probably politics and campaign stuff. But yeah, if you know anybody in any theater departments or whatever, or AV graphics, any of that kind of stuff, yeah, get a hold of them, and a department maybe even put out a lead and say, we're creating a documentary. Would you be interested? And it's about socialism, and you'll find out real quick whether or not they're interested in doing it or not. But it's like, it's all the work's been done, man. The undercover's been done. They've been infiltrated. We've got the pictures. We got the receipts. We got the documents, the videos, the whole 9 yards. The story just needs to be told, right? So in order to tell a cohesive story, you have to have a cohesive story, which we have to write one. So we have to process all of this information. And I think it needs to be done in a group setting, in a group meeting. We can do that through Zoom, but I need the right players in the room, and I'm not prepared to do it until we have that other player, right, player X in the room, that's going to be able to pull this thing together and then pass it to me, who can make the film. And of course, filmmaking resources is good too. We'll take anybody in the production phase. So yes. Ideas are key in the resources, and like I said, I'm not daunted by it. I had the vision is fleshing out. It's just happening. People are coming to me, and it's almost like God said, "I will provide the resources," and He has, and He is. And I fully believe that people are now that we're on the right track with this thing, that the financial resources will come as they need to, right? That people are already contributing as they can to the project. And so, yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Can't be any happier about it, right? So, yeah, let's look at then and now. This is the kind of stuff
that... good. She's debating herself.
Yeah, pretty much debating herself.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes.
Yeah, no shit.
That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Mm-hmm.
Everyday prices are...
it's this theory that these stupid political heads that are running this campaign think that it's like, okay, we can't get away from the fact that people actually noticed the prices are high. So let's go out and say the prices are high so that they will go, wow, you're so honest.
Right.
I mean, that's all it is, right? It's like they don't give a shit. When was the last time she bought after school clothes? Wait, never. Never.
Right.
Ever bought after school or back to school clothes. Okay, never went to fucking Walmart to buy those 3-ring binders and shit and the spiral notebooks. Never happened. Okay. All right, so what is this here?
Do you know what this wonderful country is made of? It's made up of 100 different kind of people, and 100 different ways of talking, and 100 different ways of going to church. But they're all American ways. Wouldn't we be silly if we went around hating people because they comb their hair different than ours?
But we can perhaps remember, if only for a time, that those who live with us are our brothers, and surely we can begin to work a little harder to bind up the wounds among us and to become in our hearts brothers and countrymen once again.
Again, at a very similar crossroads, we have a unique opportunity not only to diffuse those tensions, but to take a radically different path. It starts by seeing within others and within ourselves that which is not selfish, but is brave and generous and idealistic and has good intentions.
Think about that, fellas. You as your good American heads. Don't let anybody make suckers out of you. Well, gotta go to work.
Nice. Nice. That's the bomb. See, I'm all like teary-eyed because all of this is all, this whole formation of this network, man. I'm talking to people that some people might say that might be anti-Semitic. I'm talking to an Orthodox Jew. I'm talking to a black person that is totally based. I'm going to be talking to a black person that is ideologically liberal, okay, but leans conservative in ways, right, that I don't quite understand how that works.
Right.
And I'm challenging my thought process and, look, we all start liberal somewhat when we're young. Because we think we feel idealistic, we dream, right? And all of it makes me feel young again, because
there's a nostalgia to it.
Well, plus I'm dreaming big, okay, and I refuse anymore to let labels define who anybody is before they walk in my door and when I talk to them.
Right.
And I am free from that. And I'm breaking free on a daily basis even more as I challenge myself to think about my preconceived notions of race and a bunch of stuff, And so I'm very liberated lately, and I'm hoping that this is what people are feeling inspired by, that this is what the light that seems to be emanating from me, that is people are being drawn to. Because I'm telling you something right now, it's not me. Yeah, I got a good voice and all of that, but this is supernatural, okay? Because this stuff is coming to me faster than I can process it, and faster than I can put it together. And I never would have believed it because, like I said, I've been pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing for so many years. In a direction, and to see it just take off.
We had to do it despite the money.
Oh yeah,
just to do it.
Just to do it. When I first did it, it was kind of like we were crushed because we were trying to get monetized on YouTube, and it first went down, right, and crashed, and I was just like, oh my God. But when I put the priorities all right and straight, that's when I think things changed. And again, too, I think the lesson here is when the fullness of time happens for anything that God wants to happen. And that might be different for you than it is for me, but I do believe that there's a group thing going on. There is a revival of some sort going on. And even if there are people that are within the sound of my voice on a daily basis that don't believe Christianity just exactly the way I do and the flavor that I do, or have the same maturity level as I do in the faith or depth or knowledge or understanding, I'm not worried about any of that right now. I'm just worried about, I'm not even worried about anything right now. I'm concerned with is what direction are you going, right? And are you pulling in the same direction or not? As far as, I'm more of the mentality, if you're not against us, you're for us, right? And so that has broadened my tent a great deal And I realized that everybody's on a spiritual journey. And, you don't just go up and you just go, well, you know what the gospel is, son. You go, blah, 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 and tell them. And then they go, oh, okay, gosh, gee, well, of course, I'm a Christian now. And they pray the sinner's prayer, and then, ba-bam,
Right.
It
doesn't work that way.
It's sometimes it does, but it's usually not that way. It's relational. It's like the things that you just go along, and then all of a sudden one day they say people tell me that they're like, you said this thing, man, and it just stuck with me, and I'm like going, wow, I didn't even realize that I said that, right? And so I'm just man, if you're persuadable and you're interesting and you have an open mind. And like I said, you're not spirit of Antichrist, man. Welcome aboard. I don't care what we talk about, what you do, just create. Let's create. And in that process, we all get to know each other. We all feel like we're changing the world instead of just feeling helpless, my friend Anders, right? I'm getting him to try and get on board with this thing, and he's thinking about what kind of show he wants to do, and maybe get him involved in the
theater.
The theater thing, the mystery theater the community theater thing we want to do, because I'm like, man, it will change your life, right? Just the fact of being involved. And he's like, I'm really happy when I'm at church, right? It's the only time I'm happy. We'll make more times in your life you're happy, right? Those spaces that you need to be. And so that's just kind of like my 2 cents for the day. Listen, I'm kind of done.
Yep.
I'm gonna go big here for a minute and just talk to you, and then just kind of roll on out of here. Get my day going, and hopefully have some productive interviews. But I got to render. I got to start uploading.
Gotta get groceries.
Got to get groceries.
Trees.
Groceries. Got to get something to eat too, I guess. I'm like,
I got taco sauce.
I probably would probably just die of starvation if my wife didn't bug me. I cook. I'm really good at it, but I'm so, when I do this, it's like, it's just a pain in the ass. I don't want to leave the computer. I don't want to go. I don't want to do anything. So I just want to produce. So, but you gotta have balance in life, right? So you gotta eat, I guess. Once in a while, dogs gotta eat. I gotta eat. Gotta drink some water, have some coffee. It is great therapy, man. I love to cook. I love to. It's another creative thing I love to do. I love to bake. I'm pretty badass artisan baker. I can and I'm good at pastry too. I bake some badass Hungarian pastries. Kolacs. Yeah. So, but I usually do that around Christmas time. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a get together. I think this year around Christmas time.
That'd be fun.
We need to we see. Here's the thing. We lost my children, right? They told us to F off, and, they don't talk to us. They blocked us on social media and all that. So BLM,
power to the
changing
people.
their pronouns and shit.
Fuck your gender roles.
Yeah, right. So we don't get along, so they don't talk to me, and I don't talk to them. And that's sad, but you know what? It's like, I wouldn't be any fun to talk to them unless they change their damn heads. So if they change their mind and change their head, then, then we got something to talk about. We have something to have dinner over. Otherwise, I'd rather spend time with you. So we're going to have a new tradition. We're going to make a new tradition because Christmas blows. Christmas sucks for us. Mm-hmm. We've had adoptions fall through. We've had adoption kids taken away, 4 boys taken away from us on Christmas Eve. Long story. Yeah. So a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, but I don't want it to be. It's like Christmas is blown for me. I'm like, we'll make it unblown, right? And now we got a community of people. So maybe we get together around Thanksgiving or Christmas or some shit, do a potluck or whatever. Mm-hmm. And have a good time, Fun. Yeah, be fun. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do something, man. Get together, eat someplace at a restaurant or whatever, It'll be good, right? We'll get to know each other even better than we do in the morning as we do here.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Is it sunny there? It's not too much doing today, boy. It's just been kind of
67 and cloudy.
Yeah, my plants are getting hairy already, and they're kicking out of the veg phase. They're going into flowering phase now, which is all right. They're just not as big as I wanted them, but whatever. We got a decent amount. It'll cut down the medical needs that we have here, so the cost that it's going to cost. So. And we can always, well, we're off grid, man. Growing indoors is very hard for me. I can't keep the lights on long enough to keep things in veg phase. So,
in Maine up here, we get weird short days, long days.
Yep. It's time to hug on the animals. It's time to get another cup of coffee. It's time to chill a little bit. It's time to get my head around my daily schedule. See if I can get contact with Lily. That's right, Lily.
She friended us.
Oh, did she?
Or whatever, yeah.
Oh, good. I could DM her then. Cool. Awesome.
Johnny wrote.
Excellent. Super. Well, listen, everybody. Thanks for being here this morning. We enjoyed you.
Yeah.
A little different, a little lower energy today, but I'm tired. I'm working hard. Bringing in the pizzas. Hey, don't bite. This little guy likes to nibble, man. He's a biter. Like right here, this part.
Especially the soft.
Right here, the soft part, right between the thumb and the thing. He likes to bite on that, nibble on that. Yeah, he's a good boy. All right, guys. We really enjoyed you. We will talk at you soon enough. I don't know if we'll be back on live today, but we definitely will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. because Mondays through Fridays we do this.
Yep.
And I don't know if we're doing anything Saturday night. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing as far as I was going to do a Friday night thing.
We might jump on live stream if something's going on.
Yeah, I was going to do a Wednesday thing. Everything's up in the air right now because of the network. I have to rethink it all. I'm not quite sure. And, I don't know if those things are the most important at the moment. So we'll have to reevaluate those. So we enjoyed you. We love you as always. Have a great day. You know where to find me. Anybody needs to talk to me, you can DM me. You can email me, realtruthslinger@gmail.com. Yeah, good. Contact me or DM me or whatever. And we'll get something together. If you want to make some content, let me know. We will produce your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Right? My name is TruthSlinger. That over there is a hippie chick. We out of here. Bye.
Good night.